just mess with my focus a little bit. This is going to be very impromptu, and I'll settle in so that there aren't too many loud noises, but I'm just going to talk, and part of the reason for this is, first of all, that this is my favorite kind of video to do, and also, if the sound quality is right, the subtle noises that the mouth makes are some of the best triggers for me in the world of ASMR video creators. So, my microphone battery is low. My camera battery is also very low. And my battery is pretty low too, as I am kind of sick with kind of flu fever symptoms. So I figure this will be the easiest way to make a video before I go on vacation for about a week this weekend for Thanksgiving. So essentially what I'm going to do is just talk in a whispered voice. I've been doing a lot of soft speaking lately and not a lot of whispering, so I'll just ramble about various things, and I'm not even sure what I'm going to talk about, but I'll just make it up as I go. Honestly, I like the idea of kind of an informative ASMR video, because I like to think that when I watch these videos that there's something else that I can get out of them, whether they feature the ASM artist talking about something that is interesting, or talking about something historical like the French Whisperer, or just people who do great role plays that it's just like watching fiction television. And I personally really appreciate those types of content producers. And obviously in certain formats that's not as possible or as easy to do as you can't have a conversation with sound triggers made from aluminum foil, or tapping bottles, but there can be sort of a dialogue about just other things. I know some people talk about encouragement I kind of ramble to myself all day long. Not in like a schizophrenic type of way, I don't think, but just I talk to myself a lot, and a lot of people do that, but I think it kind of helps a person to be organized when they talk to themselves out loud, because it reinforces some of your thoughts, in that if you discuss it with yourself, if you hear it out loud, maybe you consider how that concept really sounds, and it forces you to think about it, and it's one method of introspection that I think is useful. Now, that gets me thinking a little bit about, I guess, the subconscious and dreams, and just even not necessarily that I adhere to any beliefs about psychoanalysis or the repressed, but just how things that are not at a surface level kind of come out in different ways. Like, one of my friends was telling me about a dream that he had a couple of nights ago, and I felt like it had an easy explanation. Like, I could pretty easily just explain why he had it and what it means, even though it was masked in symbolism, which is a way that our minds work that is, proven and understood. And the last couple of nights, I'm sure most people know when you have a fever, even, a low-grade fever, you tend to have trouble sleeping, and your sleep state is strange. Your dreams can be, they come about strangely. It's harder to kind of separate that halfway asleep state when you are kind of theorizing about something and just being asleep in a dream state. And I think, for the most part, physically, that is quite unpleasant, but at the same time, those dreams can be some of the most vivid and jarring, even if they aren't what you would consider nightmares. Now, I don't really agree with the idea that there are nightmares and there are just otherwise dreams. To me, in that respect, and there's no valid criterion with which one can distinguish between a nightmare and a normal dream. And I think that, especially for me personally, I don't have, nightmares and normal dreams. All of my dreams are predominantly, they have elements of, horrific things, but, they aren't really unpleasant. They aren't. Sometimes they're terrifying, but in the way that some of my dreams are terrifying, they are all within the same tone. But I don't know what to make of them, in that if I have a dream about, monsters attacking, or, Russia attacking the United States, or aliens attacking Earth, or any number of recurring themes or motifs that I experience, what occurs within that context is any number of things, but I never feel as threatened by those things. As I would in real life. My camera has gone out, but I will continue to talk into the microphone for just a few moments. What I'm essentially getting at is that I appreciate the dreams that I have for the scope of their, just the content. And just because something violent or terrible happens in them, I don't see how that's any more of a nightmare unless I feel threatened in a certain way, or I feel like it has brought me down. And honestly, it's really the worst dreams for me are the ones where something awesome happens in them, and I wake up and it isn't true, or it never happened. Because to me, that's a useless dream. That is a dream where the content, where the subconscious, it's just, it's just a tease on your desires. So, I would say that, when you have a shit dream, even one that does threaten you, or is wholly unpleasant, you probably will feel better that day, realizing that it isn't true. So, in a lot of ways, those kinds of dreams, sometimes, as long as they're not overwhelmingly common, those kinds of dreams are some of my favorites.